Hey everybody, and welcome back to my kitchen. Now today is Saturday and I wanted to give you a little zero waste hack. Now I always go to the farmer's market on Sunday, and for some reason this week I have a lot of vegetables left over. So I, one, don't want them to go to waste, and two, I don't really need to cook them right now. So what I'm going to do is I have a whole bunch of kale I just didn't even touch. I don't know why I haven't bought it. I guess I had great big plans. And I also have half a bag of spinach as well. So we're going to utilize that today. So let me show you a little trick.
Okay, so first things first, we want to remove the stalks from the kale, and this is pretty easy to do. You just hold it at the top of the leaf and slide your hand down the stalk and it comes away pretty easily. You want to do that to the whole bunch of kale and then just roughly chop it up. Alright, so you want to grab a saucepan big enough for all of that kale, because what we're going to do is we're going to lightly blanch the kale, which means we're just going to dunk it in some boiling water for a very, very short space of time. So I've got one larger pot for the kale and then I've got one smaller pot for the baby spinach. So I like to boil the kettle and pour that boiling water into the saucepan instead of boiling it on the stove. It just makes my life a little bit quicker and easier. So in the pan you want to put your kale and then just turn that on high, and we're literally going to blanch that for like a minute.
Alright, so you'll see here this is boiling, and this has honestly been on for like 2 minutes, and all we've done here is just pour boiling water over some baby spinach. So we're not boiling it, we're just, letting it wilt. Alright, well, that is enough for the baby spinach, so we're going to drain that, and that is enough for the kale, so let me drain that because that is a two-hand job for sure. Okay, now, so all you have to do is, in a blender, I've just put my baby spinach and I'm going to put a little bit of filtered water just to kind of let it blend up. And then we're going to pop this in a container and then you're going to freeze it. So then when you want to use it in a smoothie, it is just ready to go. If you want to use it in dinner, you're done. It's just so easy, and it obviously keeps in the freezer for a lot longer than it does in the fridge. Boop, that's it. It's so easy. I got these great little molds as well. They're like really big ice cube trays, and they're just perfect smoothie sizes. I am anything but a clean chef. I just kind of wing everything as I go, but it all seems to work out. So, okay, so we're going to do exactly the same with the blanched kale. Now, aside from being, zero waste and actually utilising some of this food that otherwise might have gone in the trash, A reason that a lot of people blanch their kale is because they're really high in oxalates. Now, oxalates can be really hard to digest and really hard on the gut. So, you know, over here at Welcoming Wellness, we're all about gut health. And, you know, when I was struggling with some of my gut issues, this was a really good way to have kale because it's so nutritious, it's so good for you, but a lot of people can't digest it because of the oxalates. And by blanching kale, which is exactly what we did, you just sort of, you know, pop it in some hot water, boiling water for at least 1 or 2 minutes and let it wilt. You're removing a lot of those oxalates. So there still may be a little bit in there, but you're reducing that, and it's going to be so much better on your gut. So let's pop this in the blender and get this all chopped up. So I'm going to do this in like sections because otherwise it's going to be too much. So that's probably enough to start with. Add a little bit of fresh water. Alright, so there we have it. We have a whole bunch of kale which we can now freeze, and we've put it into smaller portions, which would be, say, like what I might use in dinner, or I can always cut that up and use a little bit in a smoothie. So we've got our baby spinach and our kale, and it's just, as I mentioned, a great way to not throw out your food and be able to utilize it. So if you did like this video, please give us a like, hit the thumbs up button, it really does help the channel, and also subscribe if you want more videos like this.